Hey guys, so in this video, we're gonna go through some of the dramatic stories that happened around the world today.
Oh! Lucky me!
Because if you want drama, we got a lot of it, as always, as every day. But if you want comedy...
Stop it. Get some help.
Guys, this one, you cannot make this stuff up, because listen to this one. Because guys, someone who did one of the biggest jewelry heists in the US was given a free card to escape. And all of that happened because of ice. Well, let's see how the story started, because the story started back in 2022 when an international jewelry show happened in San Francisco, and a Brinks armor truck was loaded with bags of jewelry like diamonds, rubies, emeralds, gold, and luxury watches. So the truck took all the jewelry and it was going somewhere, but the thing is, there was another car following that truck. As a group of criminals were watching this truck for hours, they were looking at where it stopped, what it was doing, and what the drivers were doing even. So at a highway stop, when one of the drivers were asleep and the other just went in to get some food, the criminals were like, okay, wow, that's a perfect opportunity. And they went in and they broke into the truck and they stole diamonds, precious stones, the gold, the designer watches. They stole it all. Guys, this was the biggest jewelry heist in the US history, because the jewelry companies were saying that the items were worth over $100 million. But Brinks, which is the company for the security truck, said that the items were not more than $10 million. So we're not sure here. Maybe one of them is saying it's expensive because of insurance. One of them is saying that no, it's not expensive because they don't want to seem that they're the ones who lost $100 million. But either way, it became the largest jewelry heist in the history of the US. But obviously the police started investigating and eventually they charged 7 people, okay? And one of them, that's the important one, was Jason Nellen Priscilla Flores. Let's just call him Flores now. And prosecutors said that Flores helped track the truck and he was part of the plan. So Flores was charged with conspiracy to steal and theft from interstate and foreign shipment, okay? And if he was convicted, he would go to prison for 15 years because it was a huge theft. But here is where the crazy part happened, because Flores was a lawful permanent resident in the US. But at the same time, ICE were like, okay, you did a crime. I think you have to get deported. And Flores was like, okay, what's going on? But sure. And he asked the judge, because he appeared in front of an immigration judge, and he asked the judge that he wants to go to Chile. But the judge said no, which makes sense because he's one of the criminals of a $100 million heist. ICE were like, you know what? You still need to be deported. And they sent him to Ecuador. And just like that, the man who was a part of stealing $100 million was gone. It was like a free card. It's literally a get out of jail free card. Bro, like, that's a golden opportunity for him. Like, seriously. And the crazy part is federal prosecutors knew nothing about this. Like, the federal prosecutors were preparing for a trial, like, to get that guy in jail. And all of a sudden, yeah, the guy is gone. That's crazy. Like, usually, guys, people who get caught doing a crime are like, ah, damn it, now I have to find a way to escape the country. Well, for Flores, it was given to him on a golden plate. It was like a perfect opportunity to escape. So Flores now is chilling in Ecuador, having fun, and people in the US are like, seriously, what happened? Guys, you can't make this up. Like, seriously, I don't know if they were stupid. I don't know if they were just doing their job wrong or there was like a miscommunication that happened. But wow, like this is just next level. And they didn't like send him to jail in Ecuador. They just sent him to Ecuador, like, go be free after stealing $100 million. Okay, this is crazy. And also talking about a lot of money, we made a lot of money last year. We actually surpassed Samsung. Okay, I gotta say it. Congratulations to Apple, because Apple just broke Samsung's 14-year streak as the biggest phone seller. Because for 14 years straight, Samsung would sell the most phones in the world every single year, which was very impressive. But this week we got the final numbers for 2025, and Apple just sold 1% more than Samsung. 1%! It was that close. Apparently Apple sold 20% of all smartphones worldwide, and Samsung only sold 19%. And that's where my mind is blown. I thought iPhones are not doing well, to be fairly honest, but Apple just surprised everyone with the iPhone 17. Like, even though it didn't have a lot of changes, the people loved the faster speed, new design, and the orange. Honestly, I love the orange. And people just bought it. Like, they bought it so much that it ended a 14-year streak. And also, another reason that people bought a lot was the Donald Trump tariffs. Because Trump kept talking about new tariffs, new tariffs, new tariffs. And he was saying that phones could have a 30 to 40% extra tariff, which will make them 30 to 40% more expensive. So people rushed to buy the phones before the prices went up. Or maybe Apple should thank Trump for this? I don't know. But anyway, congratulations, Apple. You finally did it. You beat Samsung in the first time, maybe ever. Wait, not ever, but like in 14 years, which is huge. Okay, I know you just talked about ice, but there's another ice story that happened here that is getting everyone super mad. The one with the 5-year-old. Okay, guys, you probably saw today this picture, right? The one with ICE detaining the 5-year-old Liam Ramos. And the issue is, this story has two sides. I don't know which one is true. I don't know who to believe. Like, I've looked at multiple sources, and there are two stories there. I'll tell you the two stories. One of them is with the federal government a little bit, and the other one is against it. Let's start with the one against the federal government, because apparently the story starts with Liam and his father, like, were coming back from school. They were in their car, they were driving home, and apparently they weren't running, they weren't hiding, they weren't even breaking any rules. And as they were in their car in front of their home, ICE just appears. And they began detaining his father, like Liam's father. And then after detaining him, Liam was still in the car. But then after that, they just took Liam, who is 5, by the way. That kid, look at this picture. Just, this is sad. But the thing is, they took Liam and they walked him to the front door of his own house, okay? But the crazy thing happened now, because the officer told Liam to knock on the front door. Why? Because apparently the officer wanted to see if there are more people hiding inside of the house. So basically, they were using the 5-year-old to help arrest more people. Like, using a 5-year-old as bait is crazy. Anyway, another adult came out of the house, and the adult was apparently begging ICE to, and was saying, let me take care of him, and he's just a child. But ICE said no, and instead, they didn't want to leave Liam behind, and Liam was taken into custody. So they didn't send Liam to his family, not with a neighbor, not even with his school, but with ICE. And apparently the family's lawyer said that the family has an active asylum case, they entered the US legally, and there are no deportations orders, and they're not criminals. So this whole story is getting people so mad, it's crazy. And then there's the other side of the story, which is the government side, like the story that they're giving people. And apparently the government is saying that, oh, ICE came, they wanted to arrest his father, okay? But the thing is, the father just ran away. That's what J.D. Vance, like the US vice president, said. So the father ran away, and now ICE were in a situation where they had this 5-year-old in front of them, and they were like, okay, we're not gonna leave this 5-year-old alone. So that's why they took Liam with them. And to be honest, the way he said it, I'll put the video after, is kind of convincing.
And I see this story, and I'm a father of a 5-year-old, actually, a 5-year-old little boy, and I think to myself, oh my God, this is terrible. How did we arrest a 5-year-old? Well, I do a little bit more follow-up research. And what I find is that the 5-year-old was not arrested, that his dad was an illegal alien, and then when they went to arrest his illegal alien father, the father ran. So the story is that ICE detained a 5-year-old. Well, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to let a 5-year-old child freeze to death?
So you saw it, right? Like, if you hear this story for the first time, you'd be like, oh, okay, ICE were not really bad. But if you heard the story from the other side first, you're like, wow, this is such a lie. Because one, why take him with you? Why take him with ICE? Why don't just send him to someone like a family member or a neighbor? Why take him with ICE? That's the crazy part. So anyway, the people are really, really mad about this story and about this picture, because what, now ICE is taking 5-year-olds? And even people online are saying like, oh, thank you, ICE, for protecting us against the evil, and they're putting the 5-year-old picture, right? And if you don't get it, it was a joke. Anyway, guys, let me know what you're thinking. You maybe have a different point of view or have a different opinion. I really would like to know. And anyway, I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow.